Hello class, I cannot be here with you today, but I can still help you set up the lab and help you out with a little bit of your homework. Our main question today is, what do cells do with sugar? Think about it. We have studied about 3 macrofoods that can be chemically broken down into smaller nutrients in various parts of the body. For example, there's carbohydrates or starches, proteins, and yesterday we learned about fats. Starches begin chemical digestion in the mouth, where the enzyme amylase in your saliva mixes with the starch and it breaks it down into glucose or sugar. Proteins begin chemical digestion in the stomach, where the enzyme pepsin, in conjunction with the chemical hydrochloric acid, breaks down proteins into what we call amino acids. Yesterday, we learned that fats are chemically digested in the gallbladder, when it releases lipase into the small intestine and turns fat into water-soluble fats or an emulsion of fat and water. From your stomach, all nutrients are passed along to the small intestine. The role of the small intestine is to absorb nutrients into your bloodstream, so it could be transported to other places in your body. If you look at the interior walls of your small intestines, they are not smooth. They are lined with folded structures that are called villi. The reason for the shape of the villi is to maximize the surface area that may be absorbed, so more nutrients may be absorbed in a minimal space. The villi allow nutrients that are concentrated in your small intestines to diffuse into the bloodstream and then be transported to your cells. Pause this video now and write down the terms for small intestine and villi in your word wall. So we also need to update our scientific principle page. So please write down in your principle page that the villi in the small intestines absorb digested nutrients and place them in the bloodstream. The blood carries the nutrients to the cells. Once in the cells, we would like to know what happens to those nutrients, particularly glucose or sugar. So in today's lab, we are going to set up an experiment. In this controlled experiment, you will provide some yeast cells with sugar and water, and some yeast cells with just water. So you're going to set up 2 Ziploc bags as shown. Each bag needs to be properly labeled with the contents of the bag, your class period, and your group number. Then you need to add 30 milliliters of warm water to each bag and a pinch of yeast. These are the controlled variables. The difference or independent variable is that one bag gets a packet of sugar mixed in with the yeast. Be sure to squeeze out any air that is inside the bag before you seal it, and make sure the bag is completely sealed. You are to place these bags in a designated place in the class. We will get the results on Thursday. We need to allow about 48 hours for the yeast cells to do their biological processes. When you are done setting up the lab and cleaning up, you can work on tonight's homework. Tonight's homework is the brain building broadcast, Burning Cashews. There will be a handout because there is a graphing component, so this is not a digital assignment. This brain building broadcast is supposed to help you understand what happens to sugar inside of the cell. In this video experiment, Mr. Bingaman is your lab partner and you will record the data. It is a video experiment because we are setting fire to the cashews. I know some of you are lamenting about why you don't get to set fire to the cashews, but honestly, look around the room at the kids. Do you think that I would trust any of you guys not to burn down my class? Anyways, you ever hear of burning calories? Well, the cashew represents glucose that is getting burned in your cells. Geez, this really sounds like a chemical reaction. I sort of remember you wrote a CER about is burning a chemical reaction in first quarter. I wonder what the sugar in your cells is reacting with, if it is burning. As for the product of this chemical reaction, it is going to be the same as the product as when I set my desk on fire for you with alcohol. Wasn't that good times? Also, how about my photo editing skills? Pretty awesome. All right. Work hard. I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.